Right, we got back into the area. Kokanee on right there.
Yeah.
That's one of those Catch America UV Kokanee Dodgers.
Yeah, this pink and white one's been really good.
I caught a lot of trout on that. We have that watermelon colored one. I've caught a lot of trout on that one. Well, that'll teach him. He got hooked on one hook, and then the other hook got him in the side. That's why it was hard to bring in. Beautiful fish, though. Just a chromer. Just a total chromer. Lake Shasta Kokanee. That's fantastic. How much leader are you using there, Jeff? We got about 10, 12 inches?
Yeah, you know, most folks do have that very question. So super important to understand that leader length does matter. This is about 12 inches here. Mm-hmm. Sometimes on these smaller Dodgers, I'll go to 10 inches. So much longer than that, and you'll start to see that you're not going to get quite as many bites.
Right.
A lot of people buy Kokanee gear, just like even the Uncle Larry spinners there. They have a lot of.
They have a long leader on them.
Yep. That's not because that's the preferred length for that particular lure. Okay, that's so you can make it whatever length that you want it. And I'm here to say, for me, 10, 12 inches on the leader. This has a spinner on it. You know, it makes a little bit of noise, has a little bit of flash, so it has a little bit of its own action. But anytime that you have lures that don't really swim on their own, you have to use a Dodger to make them swim. Right? And so if this Dodger goes back and forth, if you have a really long leader, you're really not going to be getting any movement out of that lure. So the Dodger has to impart the action onto these particular kinds of lures. So
I'll add a little bit to what Jeff just said. Typically, and you know, every day's different, every lake's different, but this is just a rule of thumb. Usually earlier in the season, you can get by with a little bit longer leader because the water's colder and the fish want a little bit less action. As the season goes on, the fish start to school up more. Typically, you want to shorten that leader because later in the summer, the fish want more and more action. It takes more and more action to trigger that reaction strike. So throughout the year, your leaders should progressively get shorter as you get into July and August towards the end of the season, when the larger Kokanee are thinking, well, it's spawning time. At that point, it takes even more erratic action, you know, to spur those bites.